In this video, I want to show a few more techniques that will be helpful in making the charm. Say I want to put some text on my charm. Again, I'm going to use the 2-inch diameter circle, and I'm going to place a sketch on that plane. Then I'm going to come up here to the text tool and just make it about this big, and I'm going to put in Cal High, and I'm going to keep the font at Open Sans. You'll see why. So if I accept that, you see that Open Sans kind of already has a closed sketch for each letter, so I can extrude those directly. Now you got to be careful because these things will often generate a constraint with an edge or the origin here if you're not careful. For example, if I come down here, I think it might. Okay, now it's not doing it. At any rate, so there it is. You can make this smaller by using the dimension tool. Let me make that 1 inch instead of 1.4, and I think we don't want to do the vertical one, or it's going to be a driven constraint if I use I must drag it by its control box. Is that it? There we go, by the corners. It really likes the corners. Okay, so there's engineering, or Cal High. Let me put in engineering down here, so I'm going to grab it here. We'll say engineering, and we'll accept that. And there it is. Again, it's a little too big. So let me use the dimension tool to change it this way. Let's change that to 1 as well, maybe 1.25, maybe. There we go. Okay. Now, notice that I'm not changing the vertical dimension. This will be what's called a driven dimension. In other words, you can't change it. It's just sort of documenting it because we want to keep the aspect ratio the same, and the program won't allow us to modify the aspect ratio of this font. So it comes in as a gray distance, which we don't really need. Okay, now say I wanted to center this horizontally on the charm. So I'm going to come here and I'm going to go to the vertical constraint, and I'm going to click on the origin and then this little point here, and it kind of moved it over, and again here and here, and that'll center it. So those are my letters. So let me accept that. And then we can extrude, and we want to do a remove. Let's go in like 0.02. And so I just click there, and it does them both. So I'll accept it, and there I have some lettering. Let's put in an image. So I've already uploaded another image. So I'm going to place another sketch on the front here. Whoops. Not sure what happened there. Shift 7. Place a sketch here, right there. Press N, and let's put in an image here, and I'm going to put this paw in there, this grizzly paw. And notice I'm putting it away from the origin here because I don't want it to generate any constraints automatically without me knowing it, because Onshape will do that. So I'm going to make it a little bigger. Oh, that's right, I got to use the dimension tool. Let me change this to like 0.7. Maybe a little bigger. How about 1? That's a lot of bigger. Now, let me see if I can drag it over here. Okay. So I kind of got it in the middle, and we can just go with that. Or what we can do, yeah, it's all black. So it picked up, it made the center of this image, the origin. It thought I wanted to do that. So you got to be careful. In this case, I think I want that. So I'm going to leave it like that, but you got to be careful. You'll have to see, I don't know where that's, usually a little glyph. Okay, so that one, so it picked up right there. So I could in principle delete that constraint, and then I could move it. There we go. So you got to be really careful because it'll pick up constraints anywhere. So I'm going to leave it there. There is one thing I can do here. Let me go to the line tool, and I'll press Q. And I'll put a vertical line right here. And what I want to do is come up here to the geometric constraints and go to symmetric. So if I click on this symmetry line here, click enter, 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 it'll move it just a little bit and center it horizontally. So I'm fine with that. So I'm going to accept that, and then I can go in and, well, on that same sketch, I guess, I could start to do the bit about the With the splines, I'm not going to do that in this video, but I could, make the splines on each one of these and then extrude that one down. So that is letters and a little bit about how to center images and text on your charm. Thanks for watching.